please like my channel.
And subscribe.
And hit that subscribe button and hit that bell.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is Phoenix 198720 here to bring you another episode from my Let's Talk About series. And today we're going to be talking about the Nintendo and the Nintendo Switch and the future for the Nintendo next generation console. Well, Nintendo has came out and said that they're trying to find a way to have a smooth translation from this current Switch to their next gen. Well, that right there tells me they're trying to find a way to keep their fan base loving the Nintendo Switch. So we're going to see a stronger, probably Switch 2. I don't think Nintendo's going to switch things up unless they have a way to play the cartridges, because a lot of us have the physical copy games. Now, digital would make it a lot easier for the translation over, but if you make it so only digitals can translate, you're going to lose a lot of people. Or a lot of people is not going to go out to buy. Nintendo has a lot of great games, a lot of huge catalog with a lot of great games for the current Nintendo Switch. There's too many great games. So if you're going to come out with another Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Switch 2.0 or the Super Nintendo Switch or whatever they're going to call it, you have to make sure it's backwards compatible so you don't lose your fans. If not, your sales will not be that high. And you do not want to Wii U this upcoming console. They did analyzers have came out and said that the Switch 2 or whatever it's going to be called, you're probably looking at a 2024 release date minimum. The Switch is still selling strong, even with Xbox pretty much back up to full stock and the PS5 pretty much where they want to be stock wise. Yes, there is a huge chip shortage, but I go to my local stores, Walmart, Best Buy, GameStop, shit like that. I'm seeing very little Switches in stores, but a lot of Xboxes and a decent amount of PS5. So I know that they're not flying off the shelves like they used to. But the Nintendo Switch still is great games, and that's why they're still moving them, which is awesome. And I really hope that they continue with their Nintendo Online way, because it's starting to become very, very, very well integrated, and they're fixing their mistakes little tiny steps by steps. They could probably fix this all in one giant step or 2 or 3 steps, but they're making little changes, and those little changes seem to be helping fans. They're pleasing more fans. Now, granted that a lot of people are not liking their game releases that they're releasing on their NES, Super NES, N64, and the Sega module, because it's certain games that nobody wants. But the thing is, Nintendo's aiming this at a whole bunch of people. So yeah, not every game that I want is going to be on there right now, but guaranteed it's eventually going to make it there. Because if you put all the great games out at once, then you try to put out other games, they're not going to sell. They're not sell. Nobody's going to play them. So you have to stagger. You get one good game, 2 okay games, and those 2 okay games may be great for other people. They say, well, you got one, not as good, but these 2 games are freaking awesome. I played them back in the day when I was a kid or a young teenager, and these games were good, and they were good back in the day. Now, a lot of people want that the Nintendo Switch 2 or the Super Nintendo Switch, whatever they're going to call it, to make sure that these games are pushing the limits. I don't think it's ever going to happen, but we're going to see it, and hopefully when the Nintendo Switch 2.0 comes out, they make their Joy-Cons a tad bit bigger, go with a different company that ever supplied them the Joy-Cons, So the joysticks don't get those strokes because that was a major turn now. So hopefully Nintendo learned from that and said, you know what, we're going to go with better hardware in there. We're going to make it one whole solid so they can't get the drift in there. We got good stuff. There's little tweaks on the current Nintendo Switch that they'd have to make for the Switch 2.0. Now there's current ideas that they're going with are great ideas. I just wish they would move a little bit faster on all these upgrades they're slowly making. Everybody's crying out this what they should have, and the fans are not wrong. Some of them are a lot more pickier than others, but some of them are not wrong. And like Reggie was saying the other day, for Nintendo to make a great big boom, they have to have at least 20 release games that are great titles. And if they don't have 20 release games, let's say come out with 10, they got to make sure they have major releases every 2 months. So you got that. If it's like say Mario Kart 9's release, and then 2 months from it you get, I don't know, Pikmin 5, and 2 months from that you get Metroid Prime 5, and 2 months from that you get Bayonetta 4, etc, etc, etc. That would be the awesome. But me, I'm really enjoying the current Nintendo Switch. I have the OG Switch and I have no issues besides my kids destroying my Joy-Cons, because I've had little to no Joy-Con drift to that, but my kids like to drop my Joy-Cons and they broke. And I hope they make them Joy-Cons a little bit more durable as well. But what would you guys like to see in the Switch 2.0? You tell me. I would like to hear your guys' feedback on what you would like to see with the Switch 2.0. Is it 4K dock gaming? Is it 1080p handheld mode? Is it more RAM, bigger hard drive? I don't think we're going to see a bigger hard drive, because by now most of us should have a very big memory card in their current Switch. Better Wi-Fi in it. We're going to do that. Enable complete Bluetooth for headset, so people ain't going through a stupid app on their phone, and it doesn't even really help because there's only 4 or 5 games. So you can get rid of that. Make it so if you're playing online, you can chit-chat with your buddy, like Mario Karts, or those online games where you don't have to go through Discord or through a phone app. Put it right on the game, Nintendo. Enable that. And if you come out with a stronger system, let's see if we can do VR. Come out with a VR headset. Not the one that the Nintendo Switch itself is attached to. Come out with your own VR headset, Bluetooth that stuff, and that'd be freaking awesome. You know what I'm saying? But let me know in the comments below. And when you let me know in the comments below, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and click that notification bell so you can stay up to date with my latest videos. Until then, I bid you guys a farewell. So I hope you guys have a good morning, a good evening, a good afternoon. Peace.